Georgie, Porgy, Puddin' and Pie caught the dog tooth. I am not about to lie. Let me set the scene. It is 6:15 a.m. I'm about 1 hour north of Coffs Harbour at a small town known as Arrawarra. The tractor is being hooked up to the boat because we're doing a thing called a beach launch. Now, I don't do these very often and I'm very excited. We're going to hop in the boat, we're going to get launched off the beach, and this is a very famous little fishing ground in a very famous little fishing village. I'm fishing with Brett Wilson from Shimano Australia, Scotty Amon, who is local in these parts, knows these waters like the back of his hand, and today is going to be a fantastic day's fishing in northern New South Wales. Well, the sun is rising over my right shoulder. You know what I love about getting up early? Nothing. Well, that's actually a lie. Young Das backed us down the beach. How good was that? Beach launching, I don't do it often, but it's very exciting. And a wave came over the back at one stage. So my boating and fishing tip for the morning. Your waterproof bag is only waterproof if you keep the zip closed. Time to go fishing and get the water out of the bag.
How's that? On. First cast at Coffs.
Not a big fish, Bretto?
No, seems like a small red, I'd say.
Not a bad way to start the day though, mate.
That's all right. Yep, there he is.
Cute little. What's with his head?
We spoke about this last night at dinner. Down in South Australia and Victoria, they don't have the bump, and up here they do. So there you go. This is a 1 kilo fish.
That's like the Brett Wilson of snapper.
With a head like an old. He's got a head like an old man.
We do not get bumps on fish's heads like that. We can get a 20-pound snapper. It just looks like a pinky. If that's what the snapper looks like here, I'm very excited about finding a big one. That is just absolute gold. Good work, mate. Look at that.
They're monsters, aren't they?
Massive whale, like huge, just went 20 yards behind the boat. First cast, Brett gets a snapper. I think we're in a pretty good area. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's looking good. The sound is looking good, mate. It's telling us there's a fair bit of bait scattered down there. We're going to come up onto shallower reef now, so big long casts out there into the shallow water, and the snapper are usually sitting mid-water and they're looking up for their food, so they'll come up and hit that lure well before it gets to the bottom most times.
I'll tell you, it's amazing. I've caught thousands of snapper, but I've never caught them this way, in this situation. And the way these fish look, I think it's just weird. So what we're doing is casting as far as we physically can, trying to allow the soft plastic to sink almost to the bottom, and then we're just working it back in, well, an erratic fashion, I suppose. Some flicks, some bumps, some winds. And Scott's saying the fish actually look up and feed, so it's quite different to the fish we get at home in Melbourne, and also the fish I caught in South Australia, which is really cool because different is good.
there's a fish. Good red too.
Well done.
I need a bit of a hand here, Bretto.
Yep.
Played up a little bit mid-water, this fish.
So he's hit you on the drop.
Yes, mate, only 3 to 5 metres down.
That lure's gone.
Isn't it a
Do you want to tail that or?
Yeah.
You're right.
Now you may notice we forgot something this morning. Her name's Annette. Lovely young girl from Coffs.
Could you pass her?
Yeah.
Nice
awesome.
fish. Yeah, very good.
How's the way it's eating the plastic?
Oh, yeah.
Go on, look at that.
There's another bump for you, Paul.
Yep. Starting to grow a bump. Not like the noggin on that first one, but still a cracking snapper.
Yeah.
And that's literally a cast, a snapper, a snapper. I think this place is going quite well.
All right, Paul, promise you something special at Crofts Harbour in the way of snapper. Reds, we call them up here. Got some special surprise for you here. Come over and have a look.
And I know what the special surprise is. Now, first couple of casts these boys got snapper this morning, then they're driving away from the spot. So what are you doing to me, fellas? Let me just say, it's all going to be worth it, because today our camera boat isn't just a camera boat, it's a dive boat, and these boys, they're going to go down 12 metres and get a crayfish, you're telling me.
Yeah, mate, that's a bit of a surprise to go with our snapper.
It's been down a while, mate, but we have some colour.
And I think it's the right colour too, this
Oh, look at that.
Have a look at that.
Hey,
There you go, boys.
love your work.
First couple. There you go.
You said red, they're red. How good are these things? Now, what's the go with the slot limit on these crayfish?
All right, mate, there's an upper limit and a lower limit. It's carapace measurements. And the upper limit is to protect the big breeders, which is really important, carry lots of eggs and produce lots of young. 2 per diver.
You feel the most important thing, incredible eating.
Awesome eating.
Now, for those people who heard the word carapace and they're confused, that is basically this part of the crayfish, like the head. That is how you measure the cray. It's all about the carapace. So get it right, because you don't want to take the wrong size, because you want these to be here for generations to come. But these two, the only generation they're going to be a part of is our next dinner generation.
Absolutely, I'm with you on that one, mate.
He's a little bit big, that fella. That is insane. Oh. You gotta like it when your crayfish are too big. You won't see this very often, and it's gonna hurt a little bit, but go to the depths, my crayfished friend. Bye! I think I love you. You know what? It was love at first bite.
We've been told by the local help that we need to fish the entire water column here for the snapper, and it's not real deep. We're fishing in about 50 to 60 feet of water. So the general rule with soft plastics, fish as light as you possibly can all the time, as long as you're in the zone where you need to be. There's 2 lures that we've chosen from the Squidgy range to fish today, and that's the Wriggler and the Flick Bait. Now they're 2 very different looking lures, and the actions that you use for those lures and the types of retrieve are also very different. The Wriggler has a nice long curly tail, works very, very well on the drop, so you don't need to really give it a big sort of a rip. You just need to slow lift and let the lure do all the work. You don't have to do too much. But the flick bait, that's something where the angler actually imparts the action himself. It's a real good rip and a dart, and make that lure really move around. So both lures work very, very well. And as we are doing today, as you always should do, I'm using the wriggler, Paul and Scotty are using the flick bait. We're going to see which one is going to unlock the fish.
Today's fishing and boating tip is brought to you by boatsales.com.au.
Well, the old Pathfinder Diesel, she is purring like a pussycat. Now, I just want to take you through a little bit of a driving tip. A lot of people tow big boats and it can be daunting at times. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to round the corner up here and just show you a couple of ways of doing it. Firstly the wrong way, then the right way. Let's hope I get the right way right and not the wrong way right, because that'd be embarrassing. So I'm approaching a pretty sharp corner here. Take the first one, no dramas. But then you'll see here, if I drove as though I didn't have a boat on, which I'll do, you'll see, bang, we get curb, and that is not a good look for your tyres, your springs, or your trailer. It's all about just remembering that you've got a big boat and trailer on the back. And when you turn, exaggerate your movement. So what I do here, I go a little bit to the left first, then swing back round to the right, and you'll see the trailer goes nowhere near that curve. I get a beautiful turn. Well, I hope that little explanation helps you take those tight corners a bit better in the future. Remember, always go slow, no rush, don't over accelerate, and don't brake too hard either when you're towing a big boat. Keep those corners nice and wide, and your tyres and wheels will love you for a long time. This fishing and boat tip was brought to you by boatsales.com.au and my very happy trailer.
I'm a great fan of these flick baits for soft plasticking for snapper. They've got a profile that's very much like the yellowtail that swarm around here in big schools. Very, very important to get them rigged right. First of all, measure out your plastic, know where the hook's going to come out so that head doesn't bunch, and then go smack bang in the center, making sure to keep it as it goes all the way through in the dead center of that plastic. Come out, bring the hook point out right where you've made the mark, push it onto the head so there's no pull on the hook. It's all from the front of the plastic here, from the jig head. Now that's right, we can test them. It should come directly forward through the water without kicking off to one side or the other. That's a
Nice one,
sure.
Freddie. How good is that? You got smoked? Freddie's on. It's all happening.
That's not a big fish though, is it?
No,
Bretto?
it's not a big fish, no.
You want to get up and do something with Bretto?
Not a big fish at all.
Still.
But
Oh, it just grew a bit.
it did just grow a bit, didn't it?
Our camera boat has a fish hooked up as well, so we thought, oh, it could be happening. Then Scotty missed one, and then you hooked up straight away.
You want a king?
Is that a king?
Oh, it's, yeah.
Is it?
We've got a kingy here, yep. Kingfish.
It is a kingfish. Awesome.
Beautiful.
Good stuff. Oh, look at the colour in that.
Good work, mate.
Look at
There's another one there.
mates.
There's another one there.
There's heaps.
I'll see if I can get his mate.
I'll keep him there, Paul.
Thanks, mate. Just going to try and hold him there. So what Brett's doing here is holding the kingfish in the water. I'm dropping a plastic down beside his fish to see if I can't bring his mates up. I'll drop it down, Bretto, and then I'll wind it up quick. You can take him around again if you want.
Yep.
And this is a very unselfish thing to do because you can turn it to a double. It'll be very exciting. No, I think they've
I
gone,
think
mate.
his mate has moved on.
Got him on.
Oh, sweet.
Nice, and a very good call too, because Scotty said if we come to the east side of that island, there's a chance we might find a king.
Yeah, and we did.
How good's that?
Yeah.
Cracker fish, now I assume in New South Wales that's not a legal fish,
No, it's not.
but still a cracking fish, and yellowtail kingfish, Cereola lalandi, I reckon one of the toughest fish on fins. I'm sure someone will argue with that, but they go hard, don't
Yeah,
they?
certainly do. I mean, that drag's nearly locked up and he still managed to pull it, so.
Good work.
Yeah, no, it is good. Great fun to catch.
So, snapper, crays, tailor, kings, 3 of them on squidgy soft plastics. I reckon they go all right. Brett, there is some serious weight, my friend. Mate, Scotty, can you just back in a bit, mate?
Yeah, mate, no worries at all.
That's it, thank you. Just keep going, keep going. Now, I played around with wrigglers and all sorts of things, and Brett suggested going to a squidgy flick bait. What size is that pilly, mate?
145 mil.
145.
Scotty's favourite.
Scotty loves the flick baits. In fact, it was very hard to get one of his tackle box, I must say. And we worked this area, and I think it's our camera boat that saved the day for us, isn't it, mate?
Certainly has.
Today,
We've got no net, of course.
yeah, we don't have a big net, but you get on the big jobs. But they physically started catching a few fish, so we snuck over to where they were. Some kings turned up. And I don't know what this is, but unfortunately the first run was a screamer, and I think you've missed it. There is lots of weight there, Bretto, lots of weight. What do you reckon? I don't think it's a king.
No colour?
No, there's a...
Oh, that's what I want to see. We're
No
going,
colour.
or, because
There's a bump?
there was a bump. Look, there's another one, look at that.
Yes, oh yes.
That's what you want, and that is the telltale sign that it may be a snapper, and I reckon it might be, mate, because it's dogging down into the boat now. It reminds me of a long-tailed tuna I caught once. It's just dogging under the boat, and I can't lift it.
Yes, we've got some colour, and it's the right colour too,
What
mate.
colour is it?
Red and blue.
And that's just my face from pulling it so hard. Oh, that's a big fish, mate.
Lovely
Nice
fish.
fish.
Lovely
Oh,
fish.
look at that.
Look at them packs like that. Looks
That is
awesome.
a fat fish. Oh,
Easy.
Look at the head on it.
that is wrong, mate. This is when you don't want to remember you forgot the net, if that makes any sense.
Please, Bretto, please.
The lip grip. The lip grip's not big enough, mate. You need a hand. You got him?
Oh, finally.
Okay. Fishing and boating tip number 2. When packing for any day on the water, remember a net. Not the girl who works at the local bakery, those green Enviro things, because that is a horse of a fish and you're enjoying your colour, mate.
I think that first run, it saved us in the end because that first run was blistering and without the net.
It absolutely smoked. We actually had to back up on it at one stage. What a cracker fish. I've got to say, I did not expect to catch snapper that big in New South Wales to start with, and I didn't expect to catch snapper that big on squidgies in New South Wales. How good is it?
And you wanted that bump, you got it.
I've got a bump. That is gold. Now, I got some bad news. Normally a snapper this big would go back, but today it ain't because it's part of our menu.
Certainly is.
And I'm told these fish from these parts taste pretty sensational.
I've seen Scotty fillet, debone and skin a snapper before, mate, so I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Well, to Brett, to Scotty, and the entire team, this is just sensational, and we're going to eat like kings tonight. Woohoo! That is a bowl of absolute crayfish gold. Now today I spoke about my very talented camera boat driver, and this is the man, John Featherstone. I've got to say, you have done a great job, but I suppose it's easy diving down and getting crazy and you've got big tanks on your back full of air in it.
No, Paul, scuba diving and spearfishing or collecting anything with scuba in New South Wales is illegal.
So you actually dove to the bottom on a breath of air.
One breath of air.
2 questions. How deep? How long can you hold your breath for?
Well, these lobster came out of about 12 metres of water. You hold your breath as long as you need to.
At one stage today, he actually popped up with a cray in each hand. I actually think that was just showing off. My belly is very happy about it. And the reason I didn't go in, because I'm sure you're going to ask, I normally only free dive to like 25 metres. I just didn't feel 12 was enough of a challenge.
Fair dinkum. No, for sure. That wouldn't have challenged you at all.
Now, in saying that, how deep can a free diver go on a big breath of air, hunt a fish, and come back up?
Guys can dive, plus 30 metres and chase fish in that depth of water pretty comfortably.
That is insane. Go and step 30 metres out in the backyard, one breath of air down there. It's just incredible. Now, I've eaten this a lot of ways. Apparently tonight we're doing something a little bit different.
Yeah, you're going to be sport tonight with my gourmet lobster and snapper pizza.
That sounds too good. So John, how do you make the famous snapper and crayfish pizza?
Okay, first of all, homemade base. Then we've got tomato paste, anchovies, bocconcini, pretty much whatever you want to put on it. But the special ingredient we've got on this is obviously our fresh snapper from today and some crayfish. So here we go. And we're not going to skimp because we've got plenty of fresh crayfish there. Just spread that across the pizza. And once we've got him on there,
It is looking so good.
we're going to not skimp because we've got plenty of beautiful fresh Coffs lobster. And then, of course, what's a pizza without cheese, Paul?
Absolutely.
There we go.
This is going to be so incredibly good. And you know what? I'm going to help because I haven't really contributed except for the snapper so far. So, you've done nothing but get the craze, make the pizza. I'm going to do the hard work. I'll put it in the oven. How good is this? Scott, Brett, John, we did the damage. We caught beautiful snapper, some sensational crays, and what a way to end the perfect day. Do yourself a favour, come to Coffs Harbour. This place, it is incredible. Coffs Harbour Tourism, thank you so much for showing me the light. Welcome to a very informal production meeting of iFisher Tackle World. We're sitting there having a beautiful feed aboard Balmari, over 80 foot of sheer luxury. There is Opulence, it's our fishing boat. We are heading out to some incredible fishing grounds off Fiji tomorrow, and this is how we do it. George Trinkler, what are we actually going to catch?
Hopefully a big dogtooth tuna.
I love dogtooth tuna. They're going to be one of the toughest fish in the ocean. Now, live bait or jig, because I know both work very successfully.
Well, Paul, we can try jigging first, and then we'll try some bait fishing.
Now, obviously there's dogtooth there and you've got to see them out. There must be wahoo, there must be tuna, there must be some pretty incredible stuff out there.
Wahoo, yellowfin, even marlin. Possible to even catch one of them.
Sounds like a very big day ahead. We've got a big night's sleep. I think we need a little bit more lamb curry because I'm going to need some serious guns for these fish. Let's get into it, Georgie. Certainly is a beautiful part of the world. This is where all the planning and the preparation comes to a head. We are finally heading to the Seamount, a place that fishing dreams are made of. I didn't even sleep last night, and that's how excited I am. We've just run 20 minutes from our anchorage at Cape Washington to a seamount. Now this seamount
climbs from a depth of 2,000 metres up to 145 metres. If you want an idea of what that's like, it's twice the size of the mountain behind me. Current pushes in here, up against the seamount, creating an upwelling, which means bait fish. And that's what we're looking for, bait fish and big fish.
Oh, yep, double! Help! Oh! There you go, mate. So just to explain what's going on here, we're actually looking for small yellowfin to perhaps use as live baits later. Look at that, that's going to become our bait. I've got a fish coming up here too. Let's say it's another small yellowfin. Oh, he has worn himself out, this little guy. And it's a small yellowfin tuna. Just the perfect fish for a very, very big fish. Look at that. That is pretty. Believe it or not, those small yellowfin tuna we just caught are now the bait. And George is sending one down about 150 metres on this extremely heavy outfit. And Neil is getting the chair ready. We hope that something very, very big is going to eat that tuna because it's full of protein. And we're going to see some serious action out here on the seamount.
I'm acting like an outrigger clip here, just holding the line in my hands, feeling the live bait, waiting for something to eat him. When it eats, I'll just dump it. You watch what happens to Paul then.
It's hard to comprehend that there's actually fish in the ocean that can make this reel seem small. But if there's one fish that'll do that, it is a dog-toothed tuna. Or a big blue marlin, you just never know. When you get a live bait out there that's that big, anything could physically eat it. The tension's building, and George, I've got to say, I'm a little bit scared.
We know what you'd rather be doing.
We know what you've really got in mind.
We know you'd rather be out fishing. And today's the day you're gonna wet a line. 'Cause every day's a good day.
Stop wishing.
Every day's a chance to drift away. Drift away.
Every day's a good day for fishing. See you down at Tackle World today.
Ta-da! Oh, I love catching fishies off the peak because I'm a tackle rat.
G'day, my name's Adam Ring and I'm from Tackle World in Cranbourne, and I want to talk to you today about some of the exciting new developments in the Strata lure range. Strata's been around for quite a few years now and it's really starting to make waves in amongst the fishing fraternity. The Strata Terra comes in three sizes, 180mm like this one here, 150mm and 125mm, and they're showing off quite a few new colours designed specifically for the Australian market. Bleeding Mullet, Elton John, Guns N' Roses, they're all there and they're a must for any barra fisherman going up north. To prove these things are the real deal, Shane Compain from Tackle World in Darwin won the 2011 Barra Nationals on Strata Terra lures, and that's not easy to do. It really shows how good these lures are. Now the real exciting thing about this range is that they cover the whole fishing spectrum, and we've got two new ones here that I've been trying down in the Victorian estuaries and I cannot get enough of them. I've got the Villain here and also the Badger. The Villain is your traditional sort of estuary lure. Twitch them along the flats, bring them out along the racks, and there's brim climbing all over them. Now the Badger, that's more of your slow roll. Mainly over the flats you can find those narrow drop-offs, picking up everything from brim, flathead and estuary perch. Now we've also discovered that the brown and rainbow trout of the streams and lakes absolutely love them. So to check out the entire Strata range, and there's quite a few of them, head down to your local Tackle World store. Now to find that Tackle World store, log on to www.tackleworld.com.au.
Hook up with a local and visit one of the many Tackle World stores right across Australia. Every store is owned and operated by experts who know exactly what bait and tackle you need to catch your target species, because they all fish. Drop into a Tackle World store where every day's a good day for fishing.
I'm just jigging for some dogtooth or amberjack. Anything at the bottom. Yeah, I'm using a jig, and we spotted some fish down below. Hopefully a nice doggy. Oh yeah!
Anil!
Yeah!
What do you think you've got?
I think I got a doggy.
Hey! Look at the pressure Anil's putting on this fish. That's 80 pounds. 80-pound Finn's braid. And old sneaky Anil, I'm sitting over there in the chair and you just said, can I have a little fish? How come you're wincing so much, my friend? Does it hurt, does it?
Yeah. I saw the bottom, I can't say no, eh? Have to put that jig out.
When you say you put the jig out, just explain for people, how do you jig?
When we see, this is a sea mount.
Yep.
We were fishing from 2,000 meter, 1,000 meter, comes up to 150 meter.
Yep.
So we spotted some fish down at the bottom.
What, you got good eyesight, have you?
No. We saw it in the sounder.
Ah, okay.
About 100 meters down.
Yep.
So I decided to put my jig down. So I end up hooking one good fish here.
You've done very well, my friend. And jigging is hard work.
It's hard work.
And I've got to say, Anil is a tough boy. And this fish...
Don't pull me overboard.
Now this outfit Anil's using, it's a Stella 20,000 SW, probably the best spinning reel in the world. A Shimano T-Curve 400 jig spin. Now you can hardly bend this in your own hands, and this fish has got it absolutely buckled. An 80-pound Finn's braid. And at the moment, we are far from a certainty of getting this fish. I reckon the fish is still in the prime position, but Anil, I have total faith that you can do the damage.
I can do the damage.
And nail this fish. Just don't lift the rod too high, mate.
Yeah.
That's it. The best thing you can do is lift the rod to about there, and then just get 2 quick winds. That's it, and that's it. One wind. That's it. That's really good, mate. If you lift it too high, you lose all your pulling power.
Okay.
Good work. Come on, I've got a question for you, Anil.
Yes.
Does your mother fish?
Yeah.
Does she fish better than you?
My grandmother can cast better than me. Yeah?
I have to fill you in.
You agree with that?
Yes, I have to fill you in. Yesterday I was having a little cast off the mothership and Anil said, Paul, my grandmother can cast better than that. You're a cheeky man, Anil. Oh, he's putting the hard yards on now.
I think he's swimming up.
You're swimming up?
Yeah.
Well, that might
Not
mean
me, the fish.
That means it could be a dog tooth. We still got some kick though.
Yeah. That's a kick.
So you went for the bucket, Anil.
Yeah.
You're doing a fantastic job. I'm glad it's you, not me. The pressure that he's putting on this outfit is just insane. And before braid was invented, which was about 15 years ago, we started selling braid in Australia around 1996. Before that was invented and we fished really hard, I've got to say, I don't know how you would catch a dog tooth, because even on braid, there's still a better than even chance of absolutely doing you over, aren't they, Anil?
Yeah.
I can see your fish, Anil. Anil, it's a doggy. Woof, woof. Okay, I'm just going to duck him through the jaw. That's it. And here we go. Watch out for the hooks on the deck. Anil, come here, my friend. What a beautiful fish, Anil. That is a dog-tooth tuna. Probably the scariest member of the entire tuna family. And it's one of the few tunas that actually lives on reef. It doesn't do its pelagic thing in the open ocean. Anil, on a jig. Good to see you sweat, my friend. Look at the beads of sweat.
Hard work.
Well, the yellowfin tuna are coming in thick and fast. Beautiful fish on the deck here. Every 50, 100 metres, all the rods are just screaming off. This is a nice fish too. This one actually took the Ozuri bibless minnow. And whether they're 5 kilos or 55 kilos, yellowfin are so tough. It's just insane. And Anil's actually opened the back door here, you can see. So we just slide these fish on. I've got colour now. Oh, the power blows me away every time. When you haven't caught a yellowfin for 6 months, you think, oh yeah, And then you get one again and you just remember why they are such tough, incredible fish. Look at that. What a cracker. Beautiful yellowfin tuna. Big Yozuri Bilder's minnow. This is actually Anil's lure. Thank you, Anil. Thank you, yellowfin. I think this one might be dinner.
I think I got a bite, Paul.
Yeah, bit of a bend in your rod there.
My 8 kilo tuna just disappeared down the throat of something.
And whatever it is, it's just woken up, eh?
Yeah.
Now, this is not the traditional technique for rod and reeling, is it?
No,
But
I probably should sit in the chair, but
is it working for you, or do you want to jump in the chair?
that's okay.
That is a very big rod and reel, Chagga 130 wide. Big, big reel, and it's hard to manage, but you're doing a great job there, George.
Thanks, mate. I'm doing my best.
And this could be a number of things, couldn't it?
Could be anything.
Well, as you can see, the weather's starting to close in. Nice little tropical shower, but I've got to say, George, I'm quite enjoying the 5-degree drop in temperature.
Yeah.
Nice, isn't it?
Just cooled it off a little bit, mate. Just nicely, actually.
Oh, now he's thinking about it.
Probably had about 40 kilos of drag on there. I backed it off a bit because he's clear at the bottom.
Yeah.
Kind of risk pulling the hook, ripping the hook out.
That's probably why he's not pulling a lot of line, because 20, 30 kilos of drag, hard to pull again. Oh, look out the back there. Oh! Oh, it's a big...
Big doggy.
Look at the size of this thing. That is just a horse. Oh, where's this? That's one of the biggest fish I think I've ever seen. Oh my God! Look at that!
Excuse me, I'll go for the leader.
Grab the leader.
In the mouth, mate.
We won't need to open the door for this.
Yeah, we're going to need to open the door.
That is a monster dog. It actually makes my dog Otto look small, and he's a massive dog. Okay.
That's a doggy.
That's a doggy.
Hey.
Georgie, Porgy, Puddin' and Pie caught the dog tooth. I am not able to do that. Oh, man.
That is a fish.
Well, as you can see, George and I have both donned the gloves. We might try and pick this beast up, but first I must ask, a fish this big, renowned as one of the best fighting fish in the world, why didn't it pull that hard?
Well, the fat pig swallowed a 7 or 8 kilo yellowfin ball. He's probably swimming around wondering what was going on.
And as he's come up, he's received a bit of barotrauma. You see there's some scars there where his stomach is blown up, and when he did come up, his stomach was big and round. It happens to deep water species. A unique fish, the fish of a lifetime. Congratulations, George. And just take a second to look at a dog-toothed tuna, because very few people on this planet will ever see one in the flesh. They're an incredible carnivore. How's those teeth?
Why do they call them dogtooth, Paul?
Very good question. Look at the fangs on that. Beautiful fish. The people in the village are going to be very, very happy campers.
Oh,
Congratulations, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Great work. Now, let's see how strong you are. I'll get the light in.
Yeah, get on now.
Ah, What's that for a fish? Yeah, baby.
Look at that.
PG, I reckon you might want to talk to the boys at Opulence, because this is a fish of a lifetime, and I think you might want to catch one. Well, as much as I would like to catch myself a monster dogtooth tuna, we've made a decision as a crew to leave this hot bite. We know if we put another bait down, we will probably get monstered by a doggy this big, but dogtooth tunas suffer from barotrauma. They don't release well. We've got two beautiful fish for the village, so now we're going to move to a new location. Have a think about that next time you're out fishing. I've just arrived on the island of Kadavu. The village is called Rapataki, and we're going for a traditional lovo, and that is where these beautiful people cook food for us, and I think the kids are very excited to see us. You excited, kids?
Yes.
How cool is this? Come on. What? What we've just experienced is a traditional Fijian sabu sabu. Basically, they have blessed us, we have blessed them, we've both shared gifts, and they have now welcomed us to the village and said that we are allowed to fish their waters. It's pretty cool. In our normal day-to-day life, you just never understand this sort of thing goes on. I've got to say, my heart is feeling very warm. Then again, that could just be the carver. This is our lunch cooking, and you can see the steam coming off those leaves. And basically what they do is get rocks, they get them very, very hot with fire, and when the rocks are full of that heat, they put them down, put the food on top of it, then lay the leaves over, and then they cover it in mud. And the whole village is just buzzing because this beautiful food is about to come out of this traditional oven.
Okay, the food is cooked now.
It's a pretty big deal. These guys have done all this just for us. And if you look at the effort they've gone through, it's pretty incredible, and I've got to say I feel very, very blessed. The fish looks magnificent. Thank you very much. There's so many mouths to feed in this village. The last thing I want to do is take all their food, even though my wife won't believe this because normally I'm the biggest pig in the house. Thank you very much. How's that for a feed? Dogtooth tuna, no idea, and another no idea, but it smells very good. The fish, absolutely sensational. It has a beautiful smoky taste. They've obviously put lots of herbs and spices on it. As good a piece of fish you could ever hope to eat. Welcome to Fiji, a perfect piece of paradise. The fish are monstrous, and the children, well, they are just beautiful. Can I take you home? I'm going to take that as a yes. How cool is this? If you think you've got what it takes to become the very first iFish apprentice, simply go to boatsales.com.au and upload a video of you presenting your very own fishing clip to be in the running for some sensational prizes. If you impress the public and get the most votes online, you'll win this awesome Suzuki outboard and clothing pack, plus an insurance voucher and merchandise from Club Marine. One lucky finalist will win the trip of a lifetime to the Northern Territory with me and the iFish crew staying at the beautiful Melville Island Lodge. I'll teach you all the tricks of the trade and you'll get to host your very own episode of iFish or Tackle World with me as your guest. So check out this week's finalist, who's the proud new owner of a handheld GPS from my great friends at Garmin.
The best time to catch a squid is after you've just caught one. So no mucking around, get the squid in the bucket and then straight back out there. Important not to rush these things because you will lose them, and you just like that. It's a crucial stage of squidding, and can't do much with that, unfortunately. Another squidding tip: don't point the squid towards you. Don't wear your best clothes. It's not a fashion parade. Dress for the occasion. Get to vote for me to become Paul's iFish apprentice. Every day is a good day for squid.
To see the video in full and for all the competition details, go to boatsales.com.au. If you want the latest fishing info, head to ifishtv.com.au or follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/ifishtv. For the latest clips, head to youtube.com/ifishtv and follow us daily on Facebook at iFish with Tackle World. Remember, subscribe to ifishtv.com.au and I'll send you an email every week with what's coming up on the show. Well, George, you promised me a big dogtooth tuna. We put one on the deck. The best dog you've ever caught, was it?
Best one I've caught personally.
But you've seen fish that are bigger?
We've caught them half that big again here.
That's just scary. But that's Fiji. It's scary because the fish are literally this big. Thank you so much, George Trinkler. Legend of an effort. He got me the fish we were looking for. And if you want to see yourself here in Fiji, just check out Opulence Fishing Fiji and you too can catch a monster doggy.